Alright guys, what's up? So I'm in a 8th gen Civic group on Facebook, and a huge thing I see a lot is people want to do clear taillights. And I seen it, honestly, I wanted to do it too, so my buddy had an extra set of taillights and he sold them to me for cheap, so I figured it'd be the best opportunity to tear them down and try to do clear lenses myself. Went on eBay and I found there's only one link on eBay for lenses, clear lenses, so they're wicked hard to find. I paid a pretty penny for them. But yeah, I was posting it in the group and people were asking me to make a video because there's not enough content out there on clear taillights, especially for the 8th gen. But, so I did some research and people were telling me that like the older taillights, you can just take a heat gun to the outside of it, and like that there was some sort of like seal that you can melt and you can pull the lens off. Well, it's not the case with these. And I already went ahead and did 2 of the smaller taillights here. I took the lenses off of them. And let me get my steering wheel out of the way real quick. So this is what it looks like with the lens off. So what it is it's plastic weld is what they said, and it is, but what I did to get these off was took a serrated knife right to the corner there where the lens meets that seal, and I just sawed at it until I got underneath far enough, and then I just took a knife and slowly went around, and if you literally just pry it, it just pops the seal off. As you can see, I didn't do the greatest job because it pulled all of it off there, but this all stuck and it cracked, but it just literally pried right off all the way around. That's why I got 2 cuts in my fingers. But so yeah, that's these. I did both of them. I had the lenses at home, but actually I'm at Harbor Freight right now, and I picked up one of these bad boys, little Dremel kit, so I can make sure that I do these correctly, because these ones are a little bit harder to do, it looks like. But yeah, here's a better view too with it on. You can see there's that little seam right there where the red meets the gray. That is where you want to get a knife or something in between. Or now I'm going to use a Dremel and do it the right way, but you would just get something in between here in the crack, and then just get the knife in there far enough, and then just slowly pry it. Like it's probably gonna break the lens because I broke like the other lenses pretty badly, but not the worst. So yeah, if you do that, you can take the lenses off of them. But I'm just gonna do these ones because these are probably a little bit harder. And I don't want to fuck them up because I paid a lot for the lenses. But so go out and get yourself a little Dremel kit if you're trying to do this the right way. I'd imagine this is $10 at Harbor Freight. Come with all this. It actually doesn't come with cutting wheels though, so I had to purchase an accessory kit, which comes with a bunch of stuff and cutting wheels. So yeah, I will head home and continue working on these, and I'll be back. All right guys, we're back, day 2. And I just took a crack at it with a Dremel. And doesn't look too bad actually, looks pretty decent. I don't know if you guys can see that. Probably not because it's on the front facing camera and it's hard to focus. But right in there, just took the Dremel disc right to it, just right in there. So yeah, it's pretty easy. Like I said, those Dremel kits are like $10. Okay, so I'm gonna try to get a better view of you guys. Show you what I'm doing here. So right along that seam right there, all the way down. It stinks, ain't gonna lie. Alright. But yeah, cut right there. You'd want to do that, even if it's on like the red, even along the red there, right under the main lens. There's like a little gap where the red meets the gray. Not even like the seam there, but like right above it. You can even cut right in there, because either way at the end you're just gonna have like sand it down anyway, and you'll just sand the red right off. So even cut right down there. But I'm actually gonna try to show you guys what I did with the first one real quick, see if I can get it to do it. But yeah, alright, so let's see. Alright, so what I did was I would do that with a knife, like what I just did with the Dremel, make a little cut right there, and then get your knife, break off all this extra, get it in there, get it right under there, and literally just put it under and lift up. Oh yeah, see, I broke it right there, cracked it. That's gonna happen unless you go really, really slow. But yeah, like if you just do that slow enough, break that off. You can try it again on this side. Get under there, slowly pry it up. I don't think it's gonna work on this headlight. That's why I got the Dremel for this one. The flat ones are a little bit easier, the smaller taillights from the trunk. Yeah, alright, so I wouldn't recommend doing that method with these because how angled they are. But yeah. So we're just gonna go ahead and do the Dremel instead. Make sure it's actually done safely and correctly. But I'll be back once I have cut around the whole edge here. I'll show you what it looks like. Okay guys, so I cut from here all the way up to here with the Dremel, and I figured I'd give it a shot again because I'm actually more on like the flat part here. And this is what I was talking about, what I did with those over there, the little ones. So you literally just get your knife in the seam right there and then just pry it. See right here, that's where it's starting to come up without me cutting it. You can obviously see where I cut it right here. This is like, you'll see right in here where, like watch when I start to pull up. I gotta move the knife up a little bit more. Here we go. See it coming up right there. That's all you really got to do. But I recommend like when you're down here in the curved part, even like right from like here up, you might be able to do the knife method, but like right in here, you're gonna definitely want to cut it because it'll crack like that the whole way, and then you got to keep getting back into it, and it's a pain. So just keep prying and moving the knife up. another thing too is when you get your knife in there, you can see all the chrome, like the housing in there. You don't want to get your knife in too far where you touch that, or you can scratch it, or, you know, damage the inside, and you don't want to do that, obviously. So just be careful doing this. See it coming up. Just kind of work the knife in there. But all right, I'll be back once more when I get further down. Show you guys. All right, did a lot more cutting. So we got from there all the way up, cut all the way up to the top there. And on this side, I cut right through there. And then I tried to get my knife in here to crack the seam since it's the more flat part, but it ended up cracking right there. So I'm gonna have to cut all the way along up to the end here. And then this is the hard part. Like, I haven't done one of these big ones yet. This is the first one. And it's so there's like no room to get anything in there. So my best guess would be cut it up to the corner right here, and then try the knife, prying the knife and popping it along. So I will be right back once I get all this cut right here. I just wanted to get a good shot on what I'm doing with the knife and like what it should look like, so you guys know what not to do, you know what I mean? So I have it cut up to like right here. I'm gonna try, since this is not so curved. I mean, it is curved, but not that bad. So let me try to give this one a shot. Get it under there. Or push it up as, I want to get it past that cut though. There we go. All right. So let's get it under there and pry. Hopefully it doesn't crack again on me. You bastard. She cracked again. So yeah, I just recommend using a Dremel on these ones. The other ones were a lot easier. They cracked a couple times, but not as bad as these. These are cracking like every, you know, a lot more. I guess I'll be cutting the rest. All right, be right back. All right, so got the whole edge there at least, like trimmed, not cut all the way through, like up to like here. So back is cut, but all that I just kind of did a quick run over it because the Dremel kept stopping on it because it's pretty thick plastic. But just I just did a quick like line down there just to break that seal a little bit. Yeah, right in there. So pretty sure once you do that, there's not enough plastic to like really stop you from doing the knife method. So I'm gonna try to just pry up whatever's left on the seal, make it a lot quicker instead of waiting forever, because the Dremel is not the strongest tool. Let's try to do this. Well, you might want to cut through it. or at least do one of these. Wiggle it through so that it's all the way through. Yeah, guys, this takes a lot of patience, let me tell you. This is not... I mean, it doesn't take too long if you have time, but... Here, I'm gonna make another little cut. Make sure it's all the way through. Let's see. Yeah, these little discs are not like the strongest things, but they'll get the job done eventually. See what I'm saying? That should be all the way through. Yeah, like right there. You can see where it went all the way through. It's kind of hard to see from the camera, but... Alright, knife in there. Oh, it's starting to work. Oh, there we go. Here's the top half. Trying to get a good view. It's hard when I don't have nothing to hold the camera. There we go. Let's try it. See how it's cracking, like right there. It just should do that like all the way down if you've already did like a little cut. Even if you didn't do a cut, that's basically what I did with the other one, so. Yeah, you can see right there. Just gotta be careful too. You don't want to ruin the gray part too much. Like the gray half of the seal, because that's where you're gonna glue your new one to. And it's gonna pull up on you. Yeah, all this is off. All the way across. Oh, here we go. Pretty jagged edge. That's why we're gonna come through and sand it up afterward. Make sure it's nice and smooth for when we glue the new lens on. I'm just gonna keep pulling at it, so I wonder if that'll do it. I'm gonna get the knife under here. Yep. Cracked. It's just a little, it's not like it's plastic welded, but it's not that serious to where you can't just pull it and it will come off. Yeah, there it goes. All right. try to get the rest of this off with the knife, make sure it's done. Put it in there and twist it. And twist. Sorry for the garbage video, guys, but doing the best I can. Boom. Came right up. Yeah, there we go. See right around the corner there, it started to come up. Just gotta be real careful when doing that, because you don't wanna. Okay. Very slowly, because if you do it too fast, you'll crack the lens like I did earlier. So you want to go really slow. And I'm just gonna get the knife down this crease on the side here and here. And be careful of this reflector right here, guys. Don't touch that with your knife. Barely clears it. So you're gonna put just like the tip in there. Slowly. And it cracked. So yeah, this is definitely a lot harder than I thought. So yeah, if you do that, guys, if you crack it like I did, your best bet is to, I mean, you could take the Dremel and, well, no, yeah, you're right. So your best bet on that is to just start from the other side, since it's already all pulled up. If I do the same thing that happened on the other side and hope that it works. So we're gonna try it from this side and see what happens. Please don't break. Someone's going crazy over there. Oh, I'm so nervous. Alright, so I probably could have went a little bit further with the Dremel cut right there, all the way. Could probably have went all the way to the edge. Probably would have went, you know, I'm gonna do that before I break it again. All right. Whew. This is actually nerve-wracking, guys, because I don't want to break these. I want to do them the right way. Also, so I can finish the video and show you guys how to do it. Because I had no content on how to do this, so I just went ahead and tried it. So. There goes the knife. Alright, I'm gonna do this off camera real quick, make sure I do it right. Just crack that seam right across from here to here. Be right back. Alright guys, so this is what it should look like when you're done. I definitely cut a little bit too far away from the seam there. Like, this is what it should look like. If you can get it perfect, that's what it'll look like right there. It's gonna be the gray. Take all the red off. But yeah, with these ones, these are aftermarkets, I believe. this is red. So I might just leave that because I don't want to mess with that. And also these are red. And that's the thing too, I haven't really looked too much into. Some guy told me that you have to have colored LEDs for these because obviously there's no lens to color it for you. So probably just go with red LEDs. Well, this is their reverse light anyway, but that'll stay white. You can just use the same bulb probably. And then with up here, you're gonna want to use a red LED to simulate the lens. And then the turning one, they were telling me to use an amber colored LED for these, but it's already red, so I'm thinking you might be able to just get away with using the same one. I'm hoping anyway. And yeah, guys, I pulled this lens off to get this edge off that I was working on. I literally just pulled it from this side and just lifted up, and it just popped right off. The whole thing just broke right off, so it was perfect. So yeah, guys, that's what it looked like before, after. Whew. Great, I get to go ahead and crack at the next one. This is gonna be rough. All right, I'll be back when this whole lens is off. All right, we're back, and we have both of them with lenses off of them. And as you can see, this lens, which was from this one, was a bitch. Cracked and cracked all the way around. And this seal right here on this edge, that was easier on this side, literally cracked like all the way up until like here. And then I just took this little piece that I had up here left and I just ripped it and just popped it off. So yeah, got two trash lenses. So that's another thing too, is if you plan on keeping your red lenses to like maybe put them on later, I wouldn't recommend doing this at all, because you're gonna break them like this. It's gonna happen. So yeah, I'm gonna do the next step, which would be taking one of these, sanding wheels right here. Come with a bunch of extras. Hi, baby. Taking one of these and then just literally just running it along the edge there until it looks like that on the bottom. Then I don't think I need to show you guys how to do that because it's pretty self-explanatory. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'll be back with the finished product of the D-Lens taillights. All right, so on this one, I sanded down the edge just a little bit. Tried to take the red off, but so I grabbed my lenses that I bought and I went to go fit them, and did not know and or realize you see that chrome, this piece right here, that sticks out past the lip of where you would glue the lens on. So I think the only way to make it fit flush is, because I'm gonna have to use the silicone along the seam here to obviously seal it up so it's waterproof. I think I might have to just use like a lot of silicone right here. Basically make like a lip that's gonna be like farther off this than the chrome is, so it sits flush. I think that's gonna be how I'm gonna have to do it. Yeah, I thought I was screwed. Took it apart and I was just looking at it like, looks good. But yeah, that sticks out quite a bit. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure that out and get back to you guys. All right, so finally back a couple hours later. That's what it looks like once you've sanded down all the edges. Make sure all the red's off there, because here are the lenses that I bought. And they already have like a painted silver trim. It's not the greatest job, but I don't want to redo them. Probably take too long anyway. So pretty much, it doesn't fit like perfect, the trim. So I'm gonna have to place it just right so it doesn't show too much of the gray. But with these, I had to sand down all the red that was on there, because if you put it on that one, you might be able to see some of the red through there, so I didn't want to have that. Just put it all gray, so if it showed anything, it was just a dark gray, which is whatever. So yeah, there's that. So I just ran to Lowe's and grabbed some of this. This is what one of the guys in my group told me that he did. He does clear taillights. He told me to get this stuff, which is just clear silicone. There wasn't any like specific kinds or anything. It's just clear silicone. This just happens to be kitchen and bath. Looks pretty good, so we're gonna go ahead and go with this. I had to buy a caulking gun because I never had one, so yeah, there's that. And just so you guys know, I bought 2 tubes of that just to make sure that everything came out. Like I had enough, which I'm sure I do with just one, but I bought 2 just to be sure. Came to 23 bucks for 2 tubes and the gun itself. So it was actually pretty cheap. Not bad. But what I plan on doing here is just layering, putting the silicone all the way around it, and then placing it where I want it, and then using tape to just stick the lenses to the housings, so that way they don't come up and it has time to dry. So yeah, I'll try to get a video of me doing the actual lenses and putting them on and stuff. Alright guys, so I just applied a really thin layer. Probably could have even went a little bit less. It's not the best job, but that'll have to do. Once again, I'm using just clear silicone. This happens to be kitchen and bath projects, so General Electric. Alright. So I'll be right back once the lens is on, corrected tape. Alright, we're back. And I have it on, and honestly, I could have done a better job, but with this, it's pretty much one and done. I mean, unless you want to take it off and scrape all the silicone that was on the trim off and all that garbage, but you can see a little bit on the trim there, and right there. You can see a little bit squeezed out, but and right here, that's what I was trying to tell you, is that on mine, the paint is like not the greatest, but you can still see a little bit of the rim in there, but it's all pretty good and taped up, squeezed pretty tight. But I mean, overall, like from a distance, it looks pretty good. Like I think that on the car is gonna look pretty good. And this is just one. I still have to sand down all 3 of those, get all the red off them, and then do the same thing. All right, guys, I'll be back when I have all of them taped up and show you what they look like. Okay, so just thought I'd make a quick side note for you guys that if you're gonna do this, I'd recommend getting lenses that fit, because these, they fit, but they're not perfect. Like they're not bent right, or they might be bent right, but on this one, on the big tail light, you can see I had to make a seal myself with silicone. You can see it, so it doesn't look that good, but it is what it is, I guess. Like on this side, I just put seal or silicone, whatever, all the way up it. And then I just rub my finger down it to make sure it all packed in there and made a good seal. I mean, on the edges, my corners and stuff, it's pretty tight. Like along this edge, it's pretty good. But yeah, that really upsets me. So like I said, if you're gonna find lenses, I don't know, these ones were just literally flat lenses. And I didn't know that once you cut off the old lenses, like this one I'll show you before I put anything on it. See how the chrome sticks out? Like that's the edge right there that you just glue it to. The chrome sticks out like a lot. So it sits flush on the chrome right there, but it leaves this big gap along the lip. So that's why I have to fill it in with silicone. And it's hard to make that look good from the outside, so. But I'm still gonna go through with it because, fuck it. From a distance, you know, you won't really tell. Either way, it's sealed, so I'm not too worried about it. But yeah. All right, so this is what we got. Like I said before, with these, the side and this reflector right there, they're red. And honestly, I kind of like them. I'm gonna keep them red. Because I don't want to tear apart the housing and mess it all up or whatnot. We got the inside lights. Looks pretty good, actually. I mean, if you get close enough, you can definitely see the seal in there, but it's completely necessary. So at this point, I really don't care because from a distance, you'll never see it. You know what I mean? Looks good. So I'll be back with one more video of them on the car. All right, I know it's nighttime, guys. My bad, but here they are. Took me like 4 hours because you have to take the entire bumper clip off and the whole bumper just to take one screw off underneath the outside tail light to take it off. But other than that, it's pretty good. And I did have to get red LEDs. So yeah. Alright guys, thanks for watching.